championship game between two young competitive teams. It's Carson Palmer going up against Cam Newton. With that, let's get up to Charlotte, North Carolina, as we bring in our broadcast team of Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Tonight we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. First carry for Jonathan Stewart. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. On second down, here's Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. The intended receiver was Corey Brown. And it'll bring up third down. Here's the lineup and a big boy in the backfield, Tolbert.
It's real easy to look at him and immediately picture a bowling ball scattering pins. That's exactly what Mike Tolbert does.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now Newton toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Kelvin Benjamin bounced back from an ACL injury in 2015 to really good health in 2016 and had a 100-plus yard game early in the season, so it looked like he was all the way back. But Brandon, the rest of the year, never broke 100 yards again.
That is hard to believe. He had a stretch late in the season. He went 18 yards, 11 yards, 20 yards. That's just not what you expect from him and the Panthers.
Not at all. I don't think it's all his fault, but they're going to be looking for another breakout season from him next year.
No, this past year, Arizona finished 7-8-1. Here are the defensive starters for the Cardinals. What do you make of this football team defensively heading into next year, Charles?
Well, they're an aggressive group, and they didn't generate the same number of takeaways that they normally do. But I think that coming back in 2017, a great core of players, and they'll get Tyrann Mathieu back. And if they get him back at his 2015 level, look out, because Patrick Peterson's one of the best corners in the game as well.
Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, the Panthers hand things over to the veteran Andy Lee to punt it away. Back deep, J.J. Nelson. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They'll throw on 1st down here with Palmer. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Thomas Davis. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And the numbers down a bit from their Super Bowl year this season for Jonathan Stewart. Did have some injuries. He finished with 824 yards. 9 touchdowns, though. Good in that department.
When it's around the goal line, he's a terrific runner because he knows how to get there, and he can run through contact, run through trash, as we like to say. That's part of the reason he accumulates the injuries that he does, because he runs inside a lot and takes on those linebackers. But they're going to work on Jonathan Stewart in the offseason, get him healthy, and have him back ready to go for next season. All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job, way to knock it down.
They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there, and it brings up 4th down.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance and they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone, in this compressed area of the field, that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And the Cardinals offense here ready to take over. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Let's go, let's go. Blue 58, Blue 58. Sally 19, Sally 19.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Partner, I know we're supposed to be impartial and not root, but be honest. Weren't you excited for the opportunity for David Johnson of Arizona to have 100 yards from scrimmage in each and every game this year?
Yeah, NFL record, 15 straight games at the century mark. Disappointingly, though, couldn't get that clean sweep. Just 44 yards in the Cardinals' finale after he was forced to exit with a knee injury.
But how about the way he broke out in 2016? One of the stars of the future in the NFL.
And some room to maneuver. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
Regular. Here we go. Blue 58. Mirror.
They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. And now Bruce Arians, with the play clock running low, is going to signal for a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Here we go. Blue 95. Blue 95.
They'll fake the give to Ellington. Now it's Palmer. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
It's real easy to talk about Thomas Davis coming back from multiple knee injuries, but he wants his play on the field to be the story.
Sally 19. Sally 19.
On 3rd down, Palmer. Pressure Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Palmer and the offense staying put. They're going to try for it on 4th down. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. And wow, fortunately he was able to get it back, but it's left his guys in a bit of a hole here. They're backed up deep to start this drive. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly.
It got his man complete. It's a big play there. Newton again. 58 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. On 2nd down, they run with Stewart. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. And the Cardinals, they trot out their dime package for 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Into double coverage, and it threw an opening, and there he goes. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now what they want to see here, he's still down on the field. Obviously such an important part of their passing game, and the training staff, they're going to have to attend to it. They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Newton turns and hands to Stewart. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The offense staring at a 3rd and 12 here. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. To throw is Newton. Completes it to Dixon.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, the big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Back to the ground now with Stewart. And not much. Maybe a yard down of the 23. In on the stop, Kevin Minter.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They snap it to Newton. And Gibbs got it. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. And we've arrived at the 2-minute warning here in half number 1. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Stewart is the lone setback. So the chain gang now done for the drive. Ball on the 10, 1st and goal. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Newton. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. And Newton's going to keep it. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton taking it in. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. So they went for it from the 1 on 4th and goal, and they got it done.
Is this the new NFL?
This is the new NFL.
This is the updated NFL, and I like it. I know that quarterbacks across the league have spent the entire offseason and even during the season lobbying their coaches to go for it more on 4th down. Let's go get it. Because nowadays, you've got to score points to win games in the NFL. You can't just rely on...
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson with what will be called a 107-yard return. And the Cardinals have once again taken the lead. And that makes it 14-10. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
2nd and 10, Newton again. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled. So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guys' jersey clean throughout the game.
And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot, but there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and even before we get to the draft, you start with the combine. That's held in Indianapolis every year, and you have about 350 of the top prospects coming together to get their physicals and interviews and on-field performance, and all that will get evaluated along with their game tape. And then you've got the free agents. All right, that starts, I believe, in early March, where now the free agents can start moving around to different teams. So your team's starting to take a little bit of shape there, free agency, because then the draft's coming up. You're trying to put your team together with new draft.
And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's the safety, Kirk Coleman. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down. After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And Gano's kick is right through. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's Johnson, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
His first carry. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, You can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back from the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part went to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No,
you know I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they've been perennials. How about Denver?
Yeah.
Remember last year, they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get solidified there and ride that strong defense right back into the playoffs. I'm going to give you a couple a little bit off the pace. Indianapolis cannot afford to squander Andrew Luck, one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. They've got to get back to the playoffs. And Buffalo, brand new head coach, brand new people running the ball club. Let's see if they can figure it out, because I think defensively they can be awfully strong.
Now the Auburn alum, Artis Payne. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. They'll run it with Artis Payne. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And Gano's kick is right through. And with that, the lead changes hands here in this 3rd quarter. So it's his 3rd field goal now of the ball game, and they have needed his leg because this last one gives them the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, Brandon, but now you've got to tell your defense, hey, we need a stop here so we can let this momentum carry us through to the next drive.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. Now it's Palmer. Flush to his right. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On second down, Johnson takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. A.J. Klein on the tackle there.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game. And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play. Only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front. The linebackers, everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
Palmer's going to keep it on the sneak. Give him 2 yards on that play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And quickly, they get to the line.
4th and 1. I don't think Wild Horses could have dragged that quarterback off the field. He was motioning to go for it from the start. And sure enough, it's the ground game that gets him the 1st down.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it'll give the Cardinals a 1st down. Shift together here from the D-line.
Get ready. Sally 19. Sally 19. Deep. Deep. Here we go.
This time, Palmer will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mario Addison able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. On second down, Palmer on the move to his left. Caught by Nelson left side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Brown, the lone receiver, left. On 3rd down, Palmer. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver...
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so, but this was not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled. and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
And now they're in the hurry-up. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
He's back to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Now Artis Payne. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look. 6 DBs. Back to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then they don't come down with the football.
So the field goal unit is on, and now the Cardinals are going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And Gano's kick is right through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Timing is crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And Gresham has it left side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my